This is McDonald's French fries. An ingredient called dimethylpolysiloxane is an ingredient preserved with formaldehyde, a neurotoxin. This is Skittles. This ingredient is banned in Europe, and they have been linked to cancer and disruptions in the immune system.
80% of cancers can be prevented. And that's another thing. Obesity has now replaced smoking as one of the top risk factors in getting cancer.
As I'm putting my clothes on this morning, put this sweatshirt on, fight for a cure, and it just drew something to my attention, especially because I lost a lot of family members with cancer. How about we, instead of just fighting for a cure, how about we fight for prevention? Because the more research I have done, you can see on my YouTube channel, yes, subscribe to my YouTube channel. I got, I'm about 1,600 subscribers now. The more subscribers I get, the more I can do research, spend time in studying, and do more videos on certain topics, whatever you like. Any news, send it to me through my channel or through my email. But what really concerns me is food and carcinogens in our food. A lot of our food is illegal to sell in Europe because of the carcinogens, preservatives, and everything else. There was a recent video I shared on my channel. For example, McDonald's uses a chemical in their frying oil to help the oil last longer. It has nothing to do with health at all, to save money. Well, this foaming agent causes all sorts of health issues long term. It's proven. Well, it's illegal to use in Europe because of that. Skittles, for example, and peanut M&Ms. If you look up the ingredients of peanut and M&Ms on the internet and what the European contents are, you'll find out that the food coloring is actually vegetable derived, not for petroleum products like in America. Yes, our food coloring is made out of petroleum engine oil, and you're ingesting it. It's known to cause cancer, behavior issues with children. So why, are we that stupid as society that we don't realize and do research on these things? It's like they're killing us because these corporations control the government. Simply, whoever, these CEOs are ending up on our CDC, FDA organizations, and they're basically controlling the quality of our food, which, is it really the quality or is what makes them the most money? People realize this. Let's start a group called maybe cancer prevention locally. Let's ride for cancer prevention instead of riding for Roswell, where they're paying these. Look at under See-Through New York. You can look up the employees of Roswell, New York, which might be politically appointed because these people are having paychecks over $1 million a year. It's on see-through.net or .com, I think the website is. Are they really getting paid that much? Is it politically driven? Who knows? But it is proven that companies like the American Heart Association that didn't like the idea of seeing that salt helps the heart threatened a website that once they produced the data that salt actually helps heart disease, they threatened their funding. This is the American Heart Association, the Lancet report. So the Lancet is a world-renowned medical journal that does and posts a lot of reports and studies of what's going on, like the same thing that happened during this nasty pandemic. They did a report on medication that helps cure this pandemic. I can't say it because they'll actually delete this video. This is how bad things are. But please subscribe to my YouTube. A lot of these topics need to be covered openly. And of course, the more subscribers we get, the more support we get, and the more we can uncover good and expose the bad. Thanks.
80% of cancers can be prevented. And that's another thing. Obesity has now replaced smoking as one of the top risk factors in getting cancer. The continued view that cancer is a genetic disease is largely responsible for maintaining death of people. Once the field comes to realize this is a mitochondrial metabolic disease of energy metabolism, we will drop the death rate by more than 50% in 5 years. No question about it.
The question for you is cancer preventable?
This is McDonald's French fries. In the US, there's 11 ingredients. In the UK, there's 3, and salt is optional. An ingredient called dimethylpolysiloxane is an ingredient preserved with formaldehyde, a neurotoxin, in the U.S. version. This is used as a foaming agent so they don't have to replace the oil that often, making McDonald's more money here in the United States. But they don't do that across the pond. This is Skittles. Notice the long list of ingredient differences. 10 artificial dyes in the U.S. version and titanium dioxide. This ingredient is banned in Europe because it can cause DNA damage. Artificial dyes are made from petroleum, and products containing these dyes require a warning label in Europe that states it may cause adverse effects on activity and attention in children. And they have been linked to cancer and disruptions in the immune system. This on the screen back here is Gatorade. In the U.S., they use red 40 and caramel color. In Germany, they don't. They use carrot and sweet potatoes to color their Gatorade. And let's look at cereal. General Mills is definitely playing some tricks on us. They launched a new version of Trix just recently in Australia. It has no dyes. They even advertise that when the U.S. version still does.